Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anime Squad podcast. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And we're on episode 17, aka week 4 of the summer anime season of 2020. Don't forget to leave a comment, by the way, if you guys like our content.
And a like.
Yeah, and a like, of course. And just to leave suggestions and such and whatnot. We appreciate your feedback, and any feedback that you guys give to us is much appreciated.
Any topics on the podcast you guys want us to talk about, we can.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget to leave a comment.
And also don't forget to check out our Spotify, of course. We upload them the same day as we do up here on YouTube, Spotify and iTunes also. If you guys just want to listen to the audio version, you guys could check it out over there as well.
All right, well, let's jump into things.
Yeah, let's kick things off with our short of the season. We got Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time. You gotta get used to that, man. That's the full title.
At this point, I have to.
Got to.
I'm just like Peter Grills. That's it. It's just a great title.
I know. But yeah, so we continue off from where we left off with Luvelia in a very compromised situation.
Yes.
We don't exactly know. It's like, oh, will she be okay or will she be harmed? We don't know. But then, Peter comes in, saves the day, and then bam.
Yep, he comes in clutch.
Minces that monster into pieces.
Yeah, it takes him like 5 seconds to bring it down.
Yeah. It was nothing because, it helps that he's the best warrior of all time. Yeah. But, of course, the real conflict, though, comes in the form of what happens afterward.
Yeah, apparently the problem that was last week's with the elf girl giving
with
him
the curse,
curse.
It rears its ugly head.
Shows its true colors.
It shows its true colors, and so this is basically the male enhancement problem.
Yes, Viagra.
Only in magic form, and he can't get it down.
Yep, when he was talking to innocent village people, he was like, oh, what is this problem I'm having here?
He just can't stop the shaking of the hips. And it turns out that our elfin character kind of created a problem with that.
Oh yeah, she did it on purpose.
She did it on purpose because she wanted to birth that strong elfin warrior.
Yup. And apparently the only way to cure this curse of his is to
do the deed.
Do the dirty deed.
Well, when that was happening, they were in the spa.
Yeah,
yes.
I think what got to me, though, is the fact that Luvelia was right there, and then she said, hey, the spring is apparently well known for baby making, which is funny because she doesn't even, know about how the actual process works.
I feel like she does. She just acts like a dunce
about
it.
Maybe. I mean, especially, what happened with her before. It's like...
Yeah. So she was like, hey, Peter, why don't you jump over,
Yeah, but Peter's like, no, I can't.
I gotta do this dirty deed first.
No, he was too embarrassed to go, because then,
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
because then he would have went. No, he would have went in a heartbeat.
He just needed to get rid of his issue.
Man, I would have jumped over and showed that thing off.
Which,
but it's a curse though, so it's the curse on the elf girl. It can't get cured by anyone, right?
Yeah, it has to be. He has to do the deed in order to get rid of the problem.
That's why I got confused about that.
He does, and of course that gets to him, and so that ends the episode.
Yeah,
with him being on his baby position or something.
Yeah,
he's off for
his fetal position.
Fetal
position.
All grayed out.
I do want to say that the Ogre Sisters do make a cameo, right in the middle, right after he defeated them, and they were completely enthralled, to say the least.
They're like, yes, this is the Peter Grills we know and love.
This wasn't their episode. So overall, it was kind of goes back to the formula that we're used to with episode 1 and 2.
Yeah, it continues off for last episode.
So I have a feeling that next episode is probably going to be when we're going to be introduced to the next character that shows up in the OP. So.
Oh yeah, good guess.
I think so. I think so. That's my guess.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
Not that you say it like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then the next episode of anime we're going to be talking about is Gibiate.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah.
This is the 3.
This is the third one, episode 3. So we're given the chopping block here.
I think it was kind of given after what we were talking about last
Yeah,
episode.
so we might as well explain kind of what the synopsis of the episode is. So they continue off with what happened with Maeda-san and like the base in general, and they said, okay, we gotta go look for some electricity, and
the thing that caught Omar's eyes is that everyone died in that.
Apparently everybody except for the main group, Kathleen's mom, Yoshinaga, the two time travelers, Kenroku Sensui, and then like the dual machine gun guy, Adam, and this random soldier man.
Yeah, he doesn't get a name.
I just call him Soldier First Class because Final Fantasy and.
No, he ain't no first class.
No, he's not first class at all.
He's a grunt.
He's just soldier number 1.
I mean, he has like men that he has to honor because he has dog tags. But anyway, so yeah, apparently everybody except these people died, and the main conflict here is that they got to find electricity. The problem though is that as they're exploring the building and everything, this weird, I don't know, like Genova looking thing shows up. That's apparently because they explained before that the Gibiate are like their weakness is light.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like vampires from JoJo, where like light is like their thing. Anyway, so this one is immune to that.
And it attacks broad daylight and does some wonky combat.
Yeah, it shoots. It's like a spider, so it shoots web, but like the web is like completely impervious to grenades and stuff. So they're in a pickle.
So what was the whole point of the helicopter again?
They're trying to escape.
They were supposed to go to all the way to like the other side of Japan.
Yeah.
To find the vaccine or
something like that. Yeah. So that happens, and we're also introduced to the new character, which I don't.
At this point, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Some war monk guy.
War monk, yeah. And he joined, and he's also a fellow time traveler as well. He does some damage, but actually not really, because it's actually Kenroku, and he drops the helicopter on top of it.
Yeah.
That blows up.
There was not even any distance from launching the helicopter.
No, not at all.
And then our soldier guy, he gets infected.
Yeah, because when they were all jumping off the helicopter, the spider, I guess, got him in his leg.
Yeah, and then our doctor was trying to cure him, but then
at this point, they weren't even far from the location where their first first location was
the base, because they said okay, let me go back to the base. I'm gonna take him with me so I can examine his leg.
Yeah, because they're in a split for a bit since they needed to fix the guy and yeah.
But then it turns out at the end of the episode, the soldier man turned and he becomes a Gibiate, and he goes for Yoshinaga. We don't know what happens because then the episode cut off, which is unfortunate because
we're not gonna watch.
We're not gonna continue this. Yeah, the verdict's given. We're not continuing this.
This show's ugly.
Yeah, it's
no, it's not ugly, but the
monsters
are ugly.
Especially this new monster we saw. It was
the animation.
The story itself was confusing too.
The story itself is like a typical post-apocalypse story, but the twist here is that it's like post-apocalypse meets Samurai Jack.
They were mixing way too many stuff in here.
Yeah, they.
If anything, they had the music itself didn't fit with the anime itself.
The music felt like it came from like in 70s or 80s anime, which was really weird. I guess it kind of makes sense because like the artist behind these characters, Yoshitaka Amano, which I use his name a lot because that was like a big draw again. Like I said, it was a big draw for me. So I felt like the disappointment, I feel like the most out of us three. Yeah. So with the last anime we dropped, Misfit was Omar that gave it the axe. I mean, everybody here is unanimous too, but I was the one that got hit the most. Yeah. I love Yoshitaka Amano. I bought his art book and everything last year.
This anime made you cry.
It did, yeah. And the inside, I was broken. So yeah, it's for the best,
He had a
take it back to the backyard with the shotgun, blow its brains up. Like, sorry, can't let you live in pain like this.
Hey, we gave it 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Out of respect, to the artist.
Yeah.
So that's That's the end of this anime.
So if you guys expect us to talk about it more, then
sorry,
we're dropping it. All right, now the next episode we're gonna be talking about is, of course, episode 4 of Deca-Dence.
Deca-Dence.
So it continues off of last episode where the Gaddles are attacking this cave.
Yeah.
And Natsume gets to show off her skills with her new Buster Cannon.
Yeah, which
and
is
everything.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Like at first, like it got to her, like it shook her because she got hit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't do this.
She gets hit and she notices like a whole bunch of other gears are like dying in front, like around her and stuff.
Because this is her actual first combat.
Yeah. So this is her first combat scenario, and she's actually having to go in and actually fight like a Gaddle that's actually worth fighting, not just like those weird
level 1
training ones. Yeah. So she kicks some ass here and there, but of course like the main star of the show is Kurenai, the leader of the power.
Yeah. What did you get introduced to? We get introduced to.
Well, we formally get introduced to because she was there in episode like end of episode 1, episode 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get a formal introduction with her, and then she notices like, hey, Natsume, you're pretty cool. You can join us.
Join our group.
So everything's pretty cool here and there, and they even find like the Gaddle nest, which is like a huge deal.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
our boy.
Yeah, Kaburagi finds out that from the outside of the game, finds out that apparently this is just a setup event to basically show off all the cool legendary gears and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like a main event to like grind and stuff.
Yeah, it's just a legendary event, and like none of the other like A class and under gears know about it, so they're just gonna die. No big deal, except it is a very big deal because Natsume's planning on participating in it.
Yeah, and so he doesn't want her to die over this.
Yeah. Because again, like they're attached and everything.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed from the episode is that I noticed that apparently Natsume was called a bug, and I didn't put that together because I thought that
That's true.
Because I was like, oh, you're a bug, you're like an insect.
Yeah.
I didn't put that together. I was like, oh wait, she's also like a bug in the context of the game.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't like she doesn't have like an actual like ID or whatever.
I wanted to bring that up. Yeah.
I think they already knew after that.
No, but they didn't know like she's actually a bug in the game.
No, because the first episode, like the bully called her a bug.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like. Yeah, which it didn't click with me. Like
because well, yeah, I got it. For me, I got it when they were saying like, oh, she doesn't have a tag, so she's not part of the.
Oh, I meant like more so like the insult that the bullies made. So like it clicked with me like this episode it clicked with me.
Oh, like a nickname?
Yeah. Well, no, because it was an insult.
Like, tiny bug.
Yeah, you bug,
yeah.
insect.
Not like the actual bug that she is.
Like a computer virus type of thing. Yeah.
They don't think that she's that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I put that together.
Like cavemen in holes?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Hey man, you didn't like the name, but they put it on it, right?
Yeah, it's like bug.
Yeah, so Kaburagi he goes to visit Natsume.
Uh-huh.
And he's like telling her, don't do this, it's gonna kill you. And she's like, I gotta do this, it's gonna change the world.
We have to save the world, the Gaddle's nest.
He almost slips the whole spoiler. He's like, no, this is all a lie, like this is just an event. He almost said it, and then he was like, never mind, you just don't get it.
The Dio box would have found out, so
yeah. So he was like, you know what? To make you not really come, I'm gonna break your stuff.
Yeah.
She gets super upset over that, but she tries to find a way to still participate.
Yeah, he needed to like hammer that fact. It's like you can't go. This is not for you.
Yeah.
Without actually mentioning, it's like okay, no, can't do it.
Like, as much as he wants to, he can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they were getting ready for the big battle, he's in the cyber world. World.
Yeah.
Cyber world or in his real world?
His real world. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The real world.
He's like, what is she doing there? Oh my god.
Yeah, and the main reason why is because Natsume found her inner strength, and yada yada yada. She found out like, it's not to improve the world, and it's not to save the world, it's to save myself.
Yeah, exactly.
So with that resolve, she decided, you know what, I'm gonna end up joining this event. So.
And join the power.
Yeah, the powers. And that was the episode. So we're going to be sticking with this one more episode because, again, we extended the cutoff to episode 5. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I have high hopes. I have a feeling that like after this episode or after by next episode, we're gonna have a lot more interesting things happen.
Yeah, like
so.
the story will probably unfold itself.
Better
I think
wow
so.
me, man. Just saying.
Yeah, this is mainly for David. David's not vibing with this much yet, but
Not even the cute little avatars, man.
No,
They're so cool.
so we'll see.
I don't like that minions design.
No.
Oh gosh.
Alright,
Alright, next anime we're gonna be talking about is Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. 4th episode.
Very wholesome, dude.
Yeah,
As
it's
always.
legit. Yeah.
But like, I think this was extra wholesome, in my opinion.
Yeah, so it starts off, but pretty much at the bar, which the coffee shop. Which I mean, at this point, I feel like we should have. I feel like every episode's gonna be starting off here.
Yeah, that'll be like the starting point.
Yeah, because
Like-
besides the first episode, it's pretty much always at the coffee shop.
His job.
And they mention it's like, oh yeah, apparently Shinichiro has this gaming event going on, so he's been playing 72 hours straight. And then one day Uzaki comes in, it's like, hey, let's play some not Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Uzaki-chan comes in unannounced and she wants to hang out. you
Yeah,
know?
she wants to hang out and she wants to play like the Pokemon Go.
Yeah, so they go do that and like apparently she has like super duper luck finding rare Pokemon, I guess, like rare creatures.
It's just that cat. It's just different
But, like,
versions of the
of
cat.
that cat. And then like he only gets freaking gorillas.
Oh yeah, Shinichiro just gets gorillas.
But then they stumble upon because his eyes were getting to him because he's been playing so
Been
long.
gaming. Pro
And
gaming.
so he needed some glasses to help him save his eyes.
Blue light glasses, to help with eye strain. And so they go eyeglass shopping, but it's nothing. It's pretty much just a ploy to just get him to wear goofy glasses and just to like make fun of him. And then what didn't help was Ami was also there too.
She was also in it.
So they were just trying out different glasses and stuff like that.
It
And
was cute.
it was,
cute.
yeah.
But obviously he's being a sore butt.
Yeah, yeah. Shinichiro doesn't like fun, which is the point of this anime. Is trying to have her hang out with him and help him loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
But on the train ride was what stole the show for me this episode.
Really?
Because like they were in the train going back, and of course with Japanese trains it gets more crowded.
Yeah, when you're in a crowded area, a lot of people just barge in there.
Yeah, and eventually they get super cramped, and Shinichiro has a little bit of an encounter, but by being squeezed with Uzaki and her assets, and he's just trying to just flush his mind and soul.
And not to try to concentrate on the predicament he's in.
Yeah, but the weird thing though was the deciding factor, which what killed him. It was apparently like the shampoo of Uzaki's hair.
It got to
him because he since he closed out his mind, his nose was still was still permeating. It was heightened. It was heightened. So that shampoo smell got him, and then all of a sudden
he lost it.
silence. And he's just dead. And he doesn't leave the train. And I think a few hours later, he's like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, because Uzaki-chan was like, "This is our style. What are you doing? Oh no!"
He just goes off. Oh my god, that got me. That was hilarious.
I think the ending was very wholesome. Like it was just.
Oh yeah, the last part. Yeah, Uzaki. She tries to bring ingredients over to Shinichiro's place, but then the rain started coming in, so she gets wet, and then
Because they were thinking of going out.
yeah,
like hang out,
Hang out.
like legit hang out, yeah.
Yeah,
But it
like
started
because he suggested it. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
gonna rain that day, and she already planned ahead, so she was gonna bring ingredients to cook for him at home. But then obviously it rained super hard, and she got drenched really badly.
Yeah. Yeah, things didn't go as planned. But fortunately, though, they were able to make an event out of that. So Uzaki was actually able to hang out at his place.
They were gaming.
She was cooking, and this time Shinichiro was actually not sick.
Yeah, so he gets to actually try the food.
Yeah. And yeah, overall, it was just a great time. And then at the end, he was able to properly drop her off at the train station, and even suggest like, "Hey, we should probably hang out
Again.
Again, yeah. It was all like super chill too. Like it was like they didn't make a big deal out of it. Like this is actual growth and progression.
Yeah, characters, just hanging out together.
Yep.
Very wholesome. I loved it.
Yeah, great episode all around. And in the next episode of anime we're going to be talking about is Appare-Ranman, episode 5. I thought this was the last episode, honestly, because like, it started off the same way, but then I noticed that, oh, wait, no, Kosame's pouring like drinks everywhere.
He's doing different tasks.
Yeah.
And it was his last day. Because, finally, the big race.
The big race.
It's finally going to happen.
It's finally starting, and the first thing they go in, Appare is just like completely just like
knocked out.
Yeah, knocked out, and they get invited to a party.
Yeah, pre-party.
Yeah, pre-party. So that was pretty cool.
What happened? Like obviously
we got introduced to every contestant,
every racer, including all the new ones that we haven't checked out yet. Which, with promotional material, I've been really interested. I think the same goes for everybody else too. But we've been interested in seeing and checking out TJ.
Yeah, TJ is very the unique character.
Yeah.
The racers with his whip and apparently his boombox.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! When they showed his boombox, it's awesome because this is the early 20th century.
Yeah.
You got the whole.
I don't know how he's doing that, but he's doing it.
He's rocking it. He's rocking it.
And then we also get introduced to Gil and Chase.
Yeah. Gil the Butcher and Chase.
Yep, which kind of looks like Rohawk to me.
Oh yeah, Gil.
Yeah. So they look like very tough guys, and apparently he's responsible for the killer of Hotaro's family.
Hototo's parents. So the person responsible for killing Hototo's family is all Gil.
Yeah.
Well, not Gil himself, but like Gil's henchman.
Yeah.
one of his crew members.
Yeah.
He's like part of the puzzle to that problem.
Yeah.
So then Dylan tells him that, and then they go back to the party, and then they introduce all the cars and all the racers, and then they were gonna do a raffle on the.
Oh my gosh! When they did that, I was just like, oh my god. TJ comes in and like blasts it. I was expecting like the security guards to get involved.
Nah, none of that.
No, none of that. We're gonna sell this like real men.
And then probably the coolest scene in this episode when Dylan and TJ just start cowboying everywhere.
Yeah. Dylan and TJ were cowboying each other, and then the most ridiculous one was
we forgot about the butler dude, or not butler, the owner for GMC, right?
Yeah, the
GMC
General
Motors. Oh, racism?
Yeah, the racist dude.
Oh, yeah. So
they were calling them monkeys.
Well, to be fair, they were not dress code.
They're not dress code appropriate, but like the early 20th century, they're just used to like, hey, people wearing ties and like suits and stuff. But the thing is that all the major players in this race are all multicultural.
Yeah.
There's only like like a couple white guys in the whole race.
There's just one.
Dylan and like the extras.
Leon.
No, Dylan's white too.
Well, Dylan and Leon, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But Leon is European. He's not even American.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's just like it's all multicultural, which is cool. But going back to the whole raffle thing, like it was just a free for all.
Yeah, it went bonkers.
Everyone was doing everything like
it was the most weirdest I guess matchups, because one was a gung fu, the other one was chopping. What was it?
I think it was like cucumbers.
They were chopping cucumbers.
Arm wrestling.
Yeah.
They were just doing whatever they wanted to do.
Then like I guess martial arts.
Well, yeah, because the guy, obviously punked on our girl racer.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's trained. So
yeah.
He didn't know that, and he paid for the consequences.
Yeah.
And then we got our main protagonist here, just like.
He left
just to go fix his car.
What was he gonna do? His main thing is fixing stuff, so he's not gonna be like, oh, let me just make a robot real quick. Oh, here you go.
But then finally, the end of the episode, we get
the pre-race, not the actual legit race. It's the pre-race.
No, it's the real race, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the real race.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the real race.
Yeah.
Totally.
I thought it was a pre-race. Yeah, they said it.
I thought that whole combat thing was the.
No, it was to determine their pole position.
Oh. Okay.
It was to determine pole position.
Oh. So this ain't the real race?
No.
As far as I know, no, it's just a pre-race.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was the real race.
But of course, in the end of the episode, we get to find out that an assassin is placed amongst the
Yeah, that was interesting.
amongst the ranks
I
of
wonder.
the race. So who knows what's gonna happen with that?
You think it's one of our main cast?
Maybe, I don't know. I was just joking that it might be Appare, the main character himself, who's played with the Bug Planet all along.
Smart. All right.
All right, the next episode of anime we're gonna be talking about is God High School.
Yes, this one's not a hype one.
Oh no. Okay, so it starts off pretty chill. So like the trio, our main trio, is just walking around, minding their own business. They get announced, what all the placement, fights and everything going on. Han versus Mira, and then Mori versus some other guy.
Yeah, some.
I thought it was Kang at first. I was like, was this Kang? And then
it's just
somebody else. Yeah, somebody
At
else.
this point.
Yeah, so everything's pretty cool, and then all of a sudden this Mr. Hollywood man shows up in his nice car, speaking English,
Yeah,
and
Sonjin.
says, "Mira." No, he doesn't say Mira, but he's like, I've been searching for you all my life. I wish to marry you," and it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, everyone's shocked. Like, what? What is this? What is this guy all about?
Yeah.
But then, like, I think after the opening, like, she's down for this.
Yeah, she actually accepts it, but of course they explain why that is. It's not because she fell head over heels for him.
Yeah.
It was because he's a Mr. Hollywood man. He has a lot of money. He actually promised her that due to my love for you and everything like that, I can do anything for you. So I'm going to actually take your school, and I'm actually going to promote it, and I'm going to make sure it stays alive and alive and well.
Yeah, the teachings of the moon style sword.
So this is basically marriage with benefits in that regard, and Mira pretty much just looked at this as more of a business deal than an actual marriage itself.
Like, he brings a lot to the table.
Mm-hmm. But Mori does not want any of that.
Yeah, because he believes that she's quitting what she loves to do. Yeah. Which is this tournament. So she needs to finish what she started.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't want to see her just quit.
You're just supposed to fight. You're supposed to fight Doi.
Yeah.
You're supposed to fight Han.
Yeah. We want to see that.
Yeah.
We want to be hyped.
Yeah. But you can't just leave that.
And then she kicks him out. He's like, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. But then, like, after that, the wedding actually is gonna happen.
Well, you get introduced to the sister and the
dad. Oh no, brother.
Uncle.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not. I don't think it's his actual sister, is it? So it's uncle's daughter.
I think.
So
But she treats her like a sister.
It's a sister, pretty much. Yeah. So regardless of what her actual relation is, which I'll put right here, as to what the actual relation is. Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah, it's just
pretty much sister
figure.
Yeah, so we get introduced to them, and we get more insight on Mira's backstory in general. Like more so with like Mira's dad and uncle and everything, like with her relatives.
It was pretty sad though to see, like, because how the uncle tried his best to keep the style alive.
He's very supportive, but he just can't handle the style.
He doesn't have that skill.
Yeah, and so he's
weak.
The disciples even make fun of him.
Yeah. It was just sad to see.
It was, yeah. He's trying his hardest.
But obviously our girl, she stayed to the end because she loves her dad for his style. Mm-hmm. And then that's why she's doing this wedding. And then they're often doing it, and obviously our boys, they come in. They're like, we gotta stop this wedding.
we have to crash this wedding. She doesn't want this.
Yeah, we know what she wants.
Yeah, and the way they stop the wedding is like all grandiose and everything. Like, oh, you're not invited to the wedding.
They look very
bouncers.
cool. coming in.
Yeah.
Very slick.
I mean, at first it was Mori. It was just Mori that was like, trying to break in.
Yeah.
But then he gets, for some reason, like they were giving him a hard time, which I found it hard to believe.
It was more difficult for him because he usually, he fights with his feet, and there's way too many people to fight.
Oh, I guess
that area. I guess
he wouldn't survive in a beat 'em up setting, basically.
I think I thought I was like he didn't want to use that against these normal people.
These
You
normies.
think so? Probably, maybe, yeah. Right.
Regardless, they were giving him a hard time, but then Han comes in and he's like, "Nope, not having any of that." Boom! I just pushed you a bit, and then he just flies off.
And then knocks them like pins.
Yeah, like bowling pins.
Yeah.
And
hilarious.
He was like, "What'd you do to them?" I was like, "I just gave him a shoulder push."
Yeah, just shoulder charge, And they bust into the chapel, and they're like, "Nope, I object. We can't marry him."
They're all walking cool towards the thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then obviously Mr.
boys.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Mr. Hollywood. So they reveal as to why he's even marrying her in the first place, and because it's all cult stuff. The evil cult that we were introduced to last episode. He's a member of that cult, but they don't really ever like find out. He's trying to marry her for that style to steal it, basically.
Yeah.
And when she objects to the wedding, he's like, "Oh, but I'm going to take your style anyway, whether you want to or not." Oh. And then he summons his stand, which is very similar to the green-haired bodyguard had.
Yeah, with his joke, but this time this is a samurai.
He didn't do nothing.
No, the stand itself didn't do anything, and in fact, Mira, even though she took like a slash like by the stomach, she was still able to kick his ass, no problem.
Yeah. One strike and it dropped
He's
him.
done.
Yeah.
He's not dead though. So they were able to like walk away, scot free and everything. And then he's like, "Aha! Look at me! I took your sword."
That was very petty.
Yeah, I know. It's like, even though I didn't beat you, I stole $50 from your wallet. Oh.
So who's laughing now?
Who's laughing now?
Felt like a child.
I know, but Mira learned that in the end she never needed her sword. She was the style was with her all along.
Yes.
And so then we get that nice happy shot and
then you would think that would be the end of the episode.
I honestly thought, yeah.
Yes, I thought so too. And the table flipped. So Han's friend is dying. Right?
No, dead.
Oh, he's dead.
No, he was dying. He was dying in the hospital. He was at the mirror waiting what's happening, and then all of a sudden,
flatlined.
yeah.
You guys realize he flatlined, right?
No, I thought he was
still a bit alive, and then he died.
Yeah.
It was
He
like,
flatlined, Omar.
They could come back.
No,
He
he's dead.
flatlined.
I thought
No, he's dead.
Okay.
He was alive for a bit, and then he died.
Okay, so that just ruins Han's whole mood.
Yeah, that's why he was pissed.
And
off.
then where he's at his
That whole motivation that he's had since the beginning of the series.
no,
gone.
this was the only reason.
I was about to
why
say, I thought you were gonna say this wasn't his motivation at all.
the only reason why he was in the tournament wise, it was just for this.
for his
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, for his friend.
To
There
earn
was
money
no
for his
other-
friend, yeah.
There was no other reason for him to be in the tournament other than that the thing for his friend.
Yeah.
Find a cure for what
friend.
disease he had.
Yeah. But
But-
obviously that's gone now, and it flips his world upside down, and then he loses his shit. He loses his shit at
Yeah.
work, and just those guys that were bullying him.
That
The
was
last episode?
Last
Yeah.
episode. Oh,
They got
wrong day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong day to mess with him.
Did they know that? Oh yeah, they knew that he died.
Yeah, they knew.
Yeah, they knew.
So
he
they were
died.
being real petty as well. Real jerks. They get what they get. All right.
Yeah, they got what they deserve, but you know who didn't get what they deserved?
And then this was the next
God.
day, and it was during the tournament wise.
Yeah, remember when we were saying that, like, when Mori was like, "Hey, you can't. Don't you want to fight Han?" Well, guess what? She fought Han.
Oh my God! It was a massacre.
It was. Han was not having any of it. That was the wrong day.
Yeah, because obviously Han knows the cut, and he was just beating her in that one spot, just bleeding her out. And my God,
Horrified the audience, horrified me, horrified everybody.
Yeah, we were like, dude, chill. You won. Even the announcer was like, oh, okay, break it up.
He was still like kicking her like while she was down.
Was
too.
he?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't see that.
I don't think so.
Well, maybe I thought of that.
That's how we felt, dude.
Yeah, honestly, he might as well have done it.
And then he walked out of the ring and then pretty much talked to our main protagonist.
It's like, see you at the finals.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
That's all he said.
My God.
That was it.
It's like I saw 2 episodes in one, man.
Yeah.
I was like, what the?
That came out of nowhere.
Yes.
Especially with the whole wedding thing. Like it was serious, but for the most part, it was pretty lighthearted compared to like what happened. Like there wasn't really that much action going on all around. Yeah, this was intense.
It was just a punch in the face, dude, behind. But yeah, that's how we felt about this episode.
That was episode 4. All right, so going to episode 4 of No Guns Life season 2.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay, so basically,
I got thrown off there.
Our guy Avachi, he has
Avi.
Oh, damn, my bad. Avi.
I just call him Avi because that's what they say.
He has obviously Mary.
He has taken Mary hostage. Juzo has no arms, and on top of that, Victor is gone from the story so far.
So what we thought, but then he sees the briefcase that Victor was carrying, and then it opens up, and it happens to be another puppet.
Yeah. But I do want to mention though that this isn't the same Victor. This is where it gets kind of confusing. So this isn't the same Victor that embodied the hand. This is the Victor that was in the puppet that the puppet was holding for the briefcase. So this is the secondary body for for Shadow Victor, basically. Yeah. The one that the consciousness is basically from that traumatizing scene from last episode.
Yes. And
he mentions that, don't. I got you, man. I got you in my sights. You better not do what you're about to do to Mary.
Yeah.
Because apparently he still cares for her, even though it's like the dark Victor, the dark like alter ego of Victor. He still cares for Mary. And then Juzo also gets into all heavily wounded and everything.
Yeah, no arms.
So he's like, you can't kill me. How wounded you are. I got Mary right here. Boom, shoots her in the foot.
Oh, I thought I was like, oh, hell.
Oh, yeah.
You mess with the wrong man right here. Well, gun.
Yeah, and so Juzo starts up a smoke screen, just like envelops everything, and then all of a sudden he overrides his, he goes into his true form.
Yeah.
A whole line of different compartments and stuff come up from his back.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden 2 brand new pair of arms come in assembly line fashion and just reinstall onto his shoulders.
How very handy is that?
Yeah, pretty handy,
Yeah, he had like a lot of stuff in his bag.
Yeah. It's like a magic backpack or something.
Yeah. So it was cool to see his arms again.
Yeah, he's back. He's back just like his season 1 form.
Yeah.
And he immediately and the cool thing was that Shadow Victor was also kind of helping him out too. So he sacrificed his arm and everything from the puppet.
A lot of arms being ripped.
Right?
Well, because the reason why is that he didn't want to go in rage mode.
Yeah.
The whole rage mode, since he was trying to get, it was pushing him way too much when he was getting his stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the stress was getting to him. So Victor was basically trying to be the distressor.
Yeah.
With that arm loss, and then Avi also had heightened senses too, so he's also trying to throw him off that way too.
Yeah, and apparently he could still see them through the smoke. But obviously Victor ripped his arm off because he only sees electrical.
Yeah,
components.
So all the shrapnel was basically blocking his view, and then he thought he had his hostage, but then that's when Juzo came in and souped her out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then how's he get out? How's Avi get beat up?
Oh, that was funny. So the way it happens is that Juzo goes for the punch, and then Avi's whole face is
oh, you're right. Yeah,
goes in, and he just flicks him in the forehead. Yeah.
And then he explains to us you're lucky my arms are not in full power yet.
Yeah, I'm still trying to stretch out a little bit, get used to my new hands. And yeah, so as Avi's group was coming in, he was like, okay, go ahead, go ahead, Mary, talk with Victor, try to, ask him questions. I'll keep him distracted. And he kept him distracted for a long time.
Yeah, because they go into conversation for like the rest of the episode.
So Victor explains, or I guess Shadow Victor explains is kind of like what his motivations are, because we heard from the real Victor with what's going on, but Shadow Victor explains, okay, so basically I killed our dad because if I left, then he would have sold your body. Yeah. And I didn't want any of that. So he was already caught in that winch, you know? And then I found out about what was going on with the whole extendeds and how extendeds kind of go mad because they're just more machine than man.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want any of that, and that's why I'm trying to basically be with Spitsbergen and just to kind of like get that whole thing out of my system and whatever. And yeah, so he's more of like a sympathetic anti-hero, I guess, rather than like a full-on villain.
Yeah.
And that's his deal.
He always tells Mary, like, I wish you never chose this, part of the job.
Yeah, mad respects to him.
Yeah, so and then we get to see our guy, the one you always keep mentioning. Like, where is he?
Tetsuro.
Yes.
Yeah. Tetsuro. So we see Tetsuro. He's in the Spitsbergen, like, I guess like jail cell, and like his butler comes and like explains like, oh, Master Tetsuro, Guriru, you were Guriru's son, and so like, you can't say that you're all innocent. Like when he showed off his eyes, he had like it looked like the Rinnegan and everything like that. So yeah, Tetsuro is still kind of a sticky situation, but
because he doesn't remember his
he's amnesiac, just like Juzo is.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember much about what's going on. But it's worse with Tetsuro because Tetsuro's his amnesia is more recent than Juzo's is.
Yeah, and then obviously he tells him what he wants him to do.
Yeah.
Now with Juzo.
Yeah, with his harmony. Because the gunslave units have a true purpose, and your harmony can unlock that potential.
And that was basically it.
Yeah, that was it. And I guess also Shadow Victor was able to was also mentioned that, like, they're fine. The Spitsbergen, like, the hostages that we have, they're all right.
Yeah.
So I guess Spitsbergen isn't all that bad.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see next episode.
All right, and then the next episode of anime we're going to be talking about is ReZero Season 2. This one was really weird. So
we get, I guess, backstory on his parents?
Kind of. So the way they set this up is that Subaru
they made it look like they made it look like he went back to his timeline. Well, I mean not timeline, back to his
regular life.
His regular life.
His world. Yeah, it went back to his world. They show his dad, and they later show his mom. But the one thing that was kind of bothering me was the fact that there was these light borders or whatever. It's very similar to how they did it with My Life as a Villainess, where like.
Oh, you're right.
Where Katarina goes back to her world or whatever, but she was actually in a dream.
You'll see the whole world.
Yeah. You only see bits and pieces of what they want you to see.
Yeah.
So it was kind of the same effect that they were doing here with Subaru, except not except. He pretty much forgets like everything that's happened with him in his adventure, just like Katarina.
Yeah, and he's trying to like figure out what's happening. And like he gets like flashbacks, I think, like because it keeps hurting him.
Yeah, and I've noticed that it only mainly hurts him when whenever he mentions to himself, "Oh, going back to school." That hurts. Yeah,
because I guess he was a dropout or something.
Well, he was he's a NEET. Well, in a sense where he's just shut in.
Yeah.
Where he tried going to school. They show his backstory. He has a really large inferiority complex, and they explain as to how that happened, because apparently he had a lot of expectations growing up, and he was able to meet those expectations early on in his life.
Yeah.
But then starting middle school, that whole thing kind of dropped. Like he was number one at racing on track and field. But then like later it went to number 2, number 3, number 4, so on and so forth. So he's been gradually getting worse at on his like natural talents and stuff. And so like that whole expectation, oh, you're just like you're that's his boy. Yeah. That's his boy right there. That gets to him because he feels like he can't live up to his mom and dad's expectations.
Yeah, no one sees him for him.
Yeah. And so like when he gets into high school and stuff, That's when he's like, oh, he tries to show off. He tries to be the goofball, try to make everybody laugh and smile. But that's just his inferiority complex just kind of like kicking in.
And like no one was digging that.
Yeah, nobody cared or anything. So later he's like, oh, I used to skip school once every 3-4 days. Oh, once every 2 days. Once every other day. Every day. It's been 3 months.
Yeah, it sucks to see, that was his life.
That was his life, but then thankfully here he gets a speech. He gets a speech from his dad. There's motivation. It hypes him up. He remembers from Emilia, he remembers from Rem as to kind of like what his true purpose was. Yeah. And then the second half of the episode, he gets the same thing from his mom. And he actually gets motivated to go to school. Yeah. So his mom walks him, and then she gives the same motivational speech over to him, and from her. And the last part that kind of got to me, which I liked a lot, was that they showed the process behind how he what led up to the convenience store trip. Yeah. And when he left the house for that trip, she said, have a nice day or whatever.
Yeah, and it all ties in,
yeah.
To the very beginning of the series itself.
Exactly. And when he said that, he didn't acknowledge it. He was just like, yeah, he just walks out. But then when she said it here, as he's going to school, he actually replies back. He's like, thank you.
Yeah.
Just a simple thank you. He acknowledged it, yeah.
Very much character development for Subaru.
Yeah.
So. And then at the end, when we get to the school, we get to meet with our Witch of the Woods.
Yeah, Echidna. And she's in a school uniform too.
Yeah.
So I think with that whole thing, this is just mostly character development for.
She ends up saying, "Oh, do you feel fulfilled now?" And I feel like that's how
the trial was.
Yeah, she's the one that tricked him. No, not tricked him, but I guess put him in a trance. So it could.
Yeah, I think that was my theory is I think that was the trial. Like he had to accept his past and move on with the future.
Yeah.
That was the whole episode. It was pretty long.
That was the whole episode. Yeah. Was him trying to accept that.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was cool to see.
Yep.
And I liked his dad though. Before we
his dad was cool.
Yeah,
like
mom was cool.
Mom was okay. She was funny too. Had her moments.
They bought peas, even though nobody liked peas. So why'd you even buy peas? You bought a whole mountain of peas.
It was pea day.
Peas day. Apparently,
everyone was just passing around these peas, man. Nobody wanted them. I thought, that was funny.
Yeah, his parents were cool.
Yeah. And that was it for that one.
Yeah.
Short and simple.
Short and simple.
I think.
All right, the next episode of anime we're going to be talking about is Fire Force Season 2.
Yes, more action.
Episode 5 for this one. So the fight still continues with Charon. It's pretty cool all around. Well, actually, yeah. So animation-wise, I should probably mention that it's just been non-stop just action with especially with Charon versus Shinra.
Dude, it's so cool to watch.
I know, right? And the big reveal for with the fight against Charon is that Charon is actually not a third generation. So, do we? They explained it.
They explained
it basically.
Very beginning of the episode, what a second generation is.
Yeah, and they're able to amplify the force of firepower rather than actually having free control of fire itself.
Yeah. So there has to be fire in order for them to do anything.
Yeah. So basically, a good comparison is third generation is Avatar: The Last Airbender firebenders. Second generation is the M. Night Shyamalan firebenders.
I like that comparison. Yes, that's perfect. It's a perfect analogy.
Yeah, so they reveal that Karen's actually a second generation, and the way he actually utilizes is actually taking abuse.
Yes.
So they show there's a scene where the group of his lackeys actually beat him up.
Yeah.
And he's like,
and he gets pumped up.
Yeah, he gets pumped up and he gets a refill on his energy.
And the best.
Our main character tries his best and he keeps hitting him and nothing would happen.
Yeah, because he's trying to use that tactic. That his leader told him about with the rock and roll.
But nothing works. Obi. Nothing works at all. He just kept swinging and swinging, nothing. He was just standing there, doing nothing until he calls his squad, and then they beat him up. And we were confused. We were like, "What?"
But the thing about Karen is that he's built already. Like
Yeah.
he's already like just completely just tanking like all of his hits and everything like that. And so that's kind of how he gets those regen on energy. Is like basically whenever Shinra goes for the hit, he takes that hit, builds it up, and basically just pushes it back more.
And probably like the coolest part was saying he does the Hadouken.
Yeah, he's just straight up. He teleports like pretty much right in front of Shinra and just point blank just shoots a Hadouken right then and there.
So we could confirm that he is a Shoto.
Yeah. Straight up, yeah, it's true. Yeah, by far Karen is probably like my favorite like White Cloud member thus far. Like he's so cool.
Dude, how you cannot like a Shoto?
Yeah.
I even like Dan.
Yeah. It's true.
And then the other half of the episode is we get a conclusion on how the rest of the team.
Oh wait! You forgot that Shinra actually like he figures out like the technique.
Oh, you're right.
And he actually knocks him out. Like
Yeah.
he straight up like summons like this demon, this fire demon that swallows up Karen, and Karen just shoots off.
You know, now that you mention it, you know what that little demon-looking ghost he summons look like?
What?
Look like the logo from Soul Eater.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it makes sense because it's the same author.
Yeah, but I'm just remembering it right now. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool, Naj.
But the problem though is that like as Shinra like goes up to Inca and it's like, hey, you know, I'm from the Fire Force. I'm here to protect you.
Get you out of here.
Karen literally just comes in and just like boom, clothesline him, over to the wall.
Yeah.
And he just smiles. He's like, yes, this is the fight I was looking for.
Someone finally got me hurt. Good job, you.
Yeah. And then that's when we get to the second half where our other team members from Squad 8 and whatnot come in and they actually have to fight this what was it, the demon level Infernal. And we've only seen like 2 of them in the last season.
Yeah.
And both of them were handled by like really high powered third generations.
Yeah, basically the squad from Department 7.
The Asakusa, from some Squad 7.
And I like how the one guy comments, why don't you call them up? And it was like, I did. They didn't answer.
Yeah, because the problem with Squad 7 is that they mainly handle calls or they mainly handle situations in their home turf.
Yeah.
They never go over.
Yeah, plus they don't have that many members.
Yeah, they're really small. But the thing is that they make up for that small size for their high-powered members.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this Demon Infernal like rocks everybody's shit. But then right at that point, remembers, hey, it's like, hey, I have an idea. Why don't we take the fire from what's going on out here, and use Maki to combine it, make a tornado out of it, send them into the tornado, and then we just blow them up with it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how it all comes together.
It does, yeah.
Because he knew that he had a bunch of second generations with him, so they could control the fire to where it's pointing out to the center of the town to make that big firestorm that Maki makes. But the only problem is to put the demon Inferno into that thing so they could get it. And it was taking them a while.
Oh my gosh, it took a longer while because apparently Obi can't play video games. That's apparently a weakness that he has.
So when Vulcan brings a turret in for him to shoot like the joystick triggers, he's like,
I can't play games.
Like, I don't know what button is.
And then Vulcan does like an amazing power play. He like rams the car right into the Infernal, and he's like, "Okay, can you see now? Can you shoot?
Just push the red button."
And then he was like, "Okay, I can do it now." Boom. Shoots him into the tornado, and then he now has like this has this anti-tank missile right here, and just blasts it into the thing.
Dude, that looks super cool.
It did, yeah, it did.
Just that mortar just rising up to the storm.
And then right when it goes up top, boom, contact.
Yeah, and then our guy from the first department, the ice guy, freezes the whole thing.
Kareem, yeah.
Yeah, that was super.
Freezes it, and then that damaged his his
his trumpet, right?
That's not a trumpet. It's
like horns.
Yeah, it's a horn, French horn. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But yeah, it damages it because of just how massive of an ice tower it was, and he pretty much says, yeah, it's pretty much gonna be a permanent one. That's not gonna defrost anytime soon.
Yeah. It looks cool in the town though.
Yeah. So the fire situation is all taken care of. Same with the infernals, but of course the last thing that was left around is Haumea versus Arthur, and of course Karen versus Shinra. Which I thought Shinra was done. I thought like that did it for Shinra, but no, he actually like looked back and he smiled. So we're probably gonna get a continuation for the 4th episode in that case.
Yeah, man.
It's been going on for a while since episode 2, and then 3, and now here we are at 4. So yeah,
we'll see.
Oh no, 5. We're at 5. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you're right. We'll see how that ends.
Great episode so far.
Yep.
Ugh, now we move on to our Netflix shows. So okay, we were originally planning on doing Japan Sinks 2020 for a 1 episode, but
this second episode that ended up
we changed our mind. Plus, it would have fit too because we have 10 episodes in total to get through. So we're like, you know what? Let's just do 2 episodes.
Because we would have left off the second episode.
With the second episode. So
we'll get into that. We'll get into that right now.
Let's unpack here. Okay, so we continue off from where we last left off, where we see the family. They're at the shrine and everything.
Yeah.
And they decide, you know what? Let's wait until the morning. Like, we'll sleep here. Wait until the morning. And the dad himself is basically taking charge. He's the survivalist of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes charge of the group, and they walk through what's left of Tokyo, pretty much.
Oh no, because they had to move because the flood was coming up.
Yeah, because the tsunami that hit after the earthquake, which with Japan's architecture and everything, and it being an island nation, any like major earthquake is always followed by a tsunami.
Yeah.
So they knew that like since we're probably going to be hit with more waves and stuff in the oncoming like times. This is gonna get higher, so we gotta go for higher ground.
We gotta move what we can.
Yeah, so they move out, and we see what's left of Tokyo, all the casualties, the rubble, everything.
Yeah.
And things aren't looking good. And what's worse is that they see a fork in the road, and our group has to basically decide: are we gonna go east or are we gonna go west? The 2 dilemmas come because we see East has apparently no lights from what the satellite photos show, but one of the guys said, oh, we have a convenience store, we have all this and that going on and everything.
Over in this area.
Yeah, but they mentioned that West, apparently, like, since they have lights and everything still, apparently, they should be fine. Unfortunately, though, the East crew takes up the majority.
Yeah.
They
for
leave
obvious reasons.
Yeah, so we have our centralized main characters. We have our 4 family members. The one lady named Nanami.
I think it was their neighbor.
Yeah, their neighbor. I think the senpai. His name was.
He was like a. What is he?
He was a famous personality, but then he kind of fell off the radar.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The 6 of them.
That's the 6. Yeah, that's the 6 people. And so we follow them on their journey. And while things are bleak all around, for obvious reasons, they try to make the most of it.
I don't think they were even mad either. They were like,
no,
they were saying their goodbyes.
It's because it makes sense why everyone went with the other group because they had all the food and water. Why wouldn't you go over there?
Yeah.
So they want because that's what they believe in. They think that route's better. So. More power.
I think what got to me is the fact that the little kid his online friends apparently say just go west.
Yeah.
So they ended up deciding, you know what, let's just go west.
Hey, at least they were cool with it.
Yeah.
Whenever we see like apocalyptic kind of thing, they always fight between like, I take the supplies.
That's true. They even took a picture in the end.
This anime that I'm noticing so far is that it has this absolutely bleak situation, this apocalyptic situation, but they find the light, the sliver of light that comes in from this situation.
Yeah, there's always hope at the end of the road.
Yeah,
and I think that's what gets us.
Yeah, and I'd say that the high school girl Ayumu is the main character. I'd argue.
Yeah.
And her compass is very much like to help people and stuff. As they walk, the example is as they walk through the freeway, she finds an elderly couple, and then she asks her dad, it's like, hey, do we have any like extra bottle of water? It's like, oh, we have the last one right here. She actually gives them the bottle of water.
Well, no, she wasn't giving it to them.
She was giving them some.
Giving her some. Yeah, pretty much giving some of the
The
water.
subtlety that I liked was that, yeah, well, it did end up being that way, but the subtlety that I liked from that episode was the fact, well, from what happened with that, was that the lady, like, after she took that drink of water, she actually tucked the bottle back into her bag. And so that's when she was like, oh, okay. Well, she didn't say anything.
Well, she didn't say anything, but the parents said something. They're like, oh, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, it's that side of humanity we all, like, love and stuff when we see in people. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter what situation you're in.
Yeah.
Like, we're still human
and they didn't
beings.
they didn't outwardly blame her either. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, why'd you give it to him?
No,
the boy did.
No. Well, the boy did,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, well,
but
he was just saying, like,
the
oh,
dad.
you
No,
know,
the dad said eventually
We'll find
more,
water.
We'll find
Yeah.
more water.
And they did.
Yeah.
Well, at first they didn't, because they go into a convenience store and it turns out there was nothing's there. Everything was taken and the water doesn't work. But eventually they actually do find a spring, and they were able to get water from there. They were able to get water. They were able to bathe. They were able to do whatever they needed and then just carry on.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool. And then as they carried on, they even found another residential area, but it got and there was a wild boar in it too.
Yeah.
And that
Bobo
was kind
showed
of
up.
yeah, that was kind of cool. Like the boar was like all angry and stuff too, and then like it was just charging and stuff. And then the dad found him.
Yeah,
I was like, take down Pumbaa. Take him down.
And then as they tumbled in, like, you know, the boar was killed.
Yeah.
And they were able to.
At first, Omar thought he got hurt or something.
Yeah, I did, because I heard the thud, but apparently you guys were saying the boar got thudded.
Yeah.
The boar hit
Thankfully.
the tree.
Yeah, I thought that's what, you know.
Yeah, because he got stiff after that, and then
Yeah.
Yep.
But they were able to. Yeah, they were able to, like, you know, cook the pig and everything.
Have the bacon that night.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that didn't eat was pretty much the
Ayumu, the main
our
character.
main character. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't eat. She found the whole idea of like roasting a whole pig repulsive.
I thought it was because, you know, there was blood. Like, there was a lot of blood dripping from the boar.
I think so.
And because she had a flashback of her classmates and all the blood that was there, she peaked because of that.
I want to go with Omar. I feel like that's probably what it is. I know you probably mentioned, David, that it's like, oh, because
She's like vegetarian.
vegetarian.
No, well, that's what I pictured. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know for sure yet.
not-
And obviously, you know, she's a teenager. That does not go away. So
Yeah.
any remembrance of that, she's gonna puke.
Yeah. So her dad decided, you know, since she didn't eat, you know, it's like, oh, we can find yams around here, and so they examined like a few flowers in the area.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, these are yam flowers, so we could be able to go in there and unearth some yams.
Yeah, because the dad is a survivalist.
Yeah, he knows his stuff when it comes to like these kind of situations. So they climb the fence, and as they're digging through, he finds the root. He knows that the roots can go down pretty far down.
You don't just pull
He
from
was
the
going.
top.
He was going way down. And
Yeah.
then I guess the girls went to look around for what was it?
They're just looking for stuff.
They were
Yeah,
looking
they're
for
just
stuff.
foraging, and then there was a not nice.
I don't know how they did not see those signs.
It was covered by foliage.
But
You
still,
can't blame them.
there was still a lot of
It's
signs.
okay, there was multiple signs, but the one sign that she found, it was covered in foliage, just saying, there's the big kicker, there was a minefield, or like bunch of duds.
Yeah, there were a bunch of minefields that were apparently planted since like World War II.
Yeah.
And none of them were, like, not all of them were completely like unearthed or like deactivated.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, the dad, as he was digging through, he hit one of them.
Yep.
And that was it.
Blew up.
It blew up, and there goes the dad.
Yeah, luckily, because Go was with him, and then he sends him back to his mom to help her out before the whole explosion. And obviously, that's how the episode ended. And I myself could not hold it in to see that end, so we had to continue.
Yeah, it just
no. It's not the fact that we just see the explosion. You see body parts flying. Well, not a lot of body parts, but you saw
the main thing that you see is the hand,
Yeah.
and blood splatters
blood,
with
and
the
then
dust and
The show itself.
Yeah.
Everyone is shocked, including
Yeah.
ourselves. It was tough. That was tough. I cried, man. I honestly did.
Because everyone literally saw it too. It's not like it wasn't hidden or anything. They literally saw it. Even the child saw it.
Yeah, man. It was tough. So we had to continue the next episode.
Yeah, so we did. We continued the next episode, and as we did, it's from what I've seen, it's definitely something that's like you just need determination, really, and that's the thing that like the rest of the family and all the other survivors try to look forward to. But Ayumu is us. She can't believe what happened, and she takes full responsibility of why it happened because she says
she gives attitude too.
Yeah, well, yeah, she. There's a whole huge mix of emotions that's happened.
Yeah,
it's like, how could you even digest what just happened?
I don't blame any character for feeling how they feel.
Yeah,
it's just, it happened, and like obviously for the mother, it's devastating. But they have to move forward.
They can't just leave there and just like you have to move forward. This is all about survival.
But I don't blame the teenager either because she's going through a lot. This is too much for anybody.
The first episode, she still takes the guilt of like leaving her classmates behind. The second episode, this happens where her dad literally blew up because of her reluctance of eating the pork.
Yeah, wanting yams.
Yeah. Well, she didn't want yams. He suggested like, hey, there are yams here. So it doesn't, I understand that you didn't eat, so we can go find some food like this. So nobody knew this would happen.
No. So it's tough, man. It's tough.
It is. It's
tough. Like, how do you move forward from here? And they try to.
Yeah. So thankfully, air quotes. Thankfully, a truck shows up and gives our group a ride.
Yeah.
And as that happened, we quickly find out that this nice good Samaritan is not all that nice because immediately he just drinks while he's driving. Nanami's in the front. She comments like, "Why are you drinking?" There's nothing. Japan is completely. It's done. We're not. We can do whatever we want. It's all good.
This man is on apocalypse mode already. Like, there's no rules. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So
he's pretty much going full Negan right off the bat right here.
Yeah. So he does whatever he wants.
Yeah. But then the main kicker comes when they stop at a gas station because he was running low on gas on his truck, and the station itself wasn't taking any of his bills because they were all burnt and everything.
Yeah. So
he can't get gas. And right when Nanami says that she has to go wash her hands and stuff like that, that's when we were about to get a really heavy bad vibes. I got bad vibes.
Oh, those red flags right off the bat.
Yeah, that this guy was just not right.
Yeah. And
he was about to rape her, but thankfully, she was able to defend herself. She's trained in in martial arts and everything, and then self-defense. Yeah. And Ayumu's mom was able to also come in and also help out too. But it was scary though because at first it was they were able to overwhelm him, but then he was also able to fight back too. And
he had his taser.
Yeah, and he was just punching him. He was punching her. He was punching Nanami. It was bad. But then thankfully Ayumu came and she shined a light on him.
Yeah.
And they were able to beat him up. Yeah, they were able to take his taser and just keep tasing him.
Yeah.
So that was super satisfying to see. And then Nami also gave a good axe kick right on his face, and that was super satisfying. And they stole his truck too, of course.
Screw that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was really satisfying to watch.
Yeah, thank God. And then they drive off.
And unfortunately, the car itself runs out of gas, so they had to
It's bound to happen.
It was gonna happen because that was the reason why they had to go to the gas station in the first place was to get gas. But they were able to get lay camp over there, walk further, and then they find out that they're actually close to Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
But
beautiful mountain.
in my head, I was looking at that. I'm like, I was just getting a whole bunch of red flags. I'm like, wait a minute, Mount Fuji's a volcano.
Yeah.
This does not bode well at all.
And they say it themselves. The characters say themselves like, if Mount Fuji ever erupts, Japan's over. It's done.
Yeah.
So they know about the.
So this is definitely like some really, really bad foreshadowing. But anyway, so all around, what triggered this? Because originally Ayumu was like said she needed to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But it was something regarding like the senpai, right? Like he said that like.
I think because obviously those two were getting close. Like obviously she had his bag.
Yeah.
With the glasses.
Oh yeah. So the rapist had a pair of glasses, and the senpai his glasses.
I feel like I guess she had a jealousy with the dude.
Yeah, in a way, I mean, because I kind of see this as kind of like it was more friendly. Like it wasn't anything like serious or anything like that. And so because of what was going on, Ayumu said that like, oh, you know, she needed to go to the bathroom and stuff. Yeah. And so Nanami said, okay, we can both go together. So they go down, but then something wrong happened.
Yeah.
In that
she
sees dead animals there, and Nanami also falls and dies instantly. Yeah.
And then our next character, Kite, he comes in with this cool like propeller thing.
It's like a propeller glider.
And warns her instantly.
Do not take an extra step. Do not.
You will die.
Just like her.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, she didn't want to leave her because, you know, she thought she could save her, but.
And that's when he mentions she's dead.
Yeah, there's poison gas down there. You touch it, you die. And obviously, her mom was like, "Don't trust him. Let's trust him. Like, don't go down there." And she's like, "What about her?" It's like, I care about you more. Let's go. And there goes another character.
It hurts because she had such a big scene. Like, it was
literally minutes ago.
Yeah.
And then she's gone. And it's tough to watch, man. It's like, you know, you want to like attach yourself to these characters, but at the same time, you're like, oh my god, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people die instantly.
Yeah. So they fought, but thankfully, like with Kite, things kind of go into the right direction. They find a convenience store. And this time, this convenience store actually had items in it, not like the other one that we found in episode 2. They actually had items, and they were able to swap out like clothes.
First the girl didn't trust them.
Yeah, at first, they like Ayumi didn't trust him at all. Especially since he was the one that actually took context. Kite took a video. He's a famous YouTuber, by the way. Yeah. He took a video on his propeller machine, his flying machine, and he took a video of Okinawa sinking below water.
Like the
whole island, like just sunk.
Yeah.
Which I think it's just foreshadowing. But yeah, so that happened, and so she thought that like he completely doctored it, and like he's just fooling fake. Everybody. It's a fake video. So she didn't have good vibes with him at all. But Kite, despite the fact that of him having enough gas, and the mom was even like elected for him to take Go because he only had enough gas to take one person to safety.
Or the little kid in general. Yeah. He knows him. Fan, yeah, he knew him already.
Yeah, he was a big fan.
He was a big fan, so he trusted him. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I guess the mom.
I think that convinced Kite to go with them.
Yeah, it convinced Kite. You know what? I'll go with you. There's hardly enough gas here anyway, so we'll go.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we basically got like a party member swap right there.
Because he was nice enough to give the kid a chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
He was not gonna give it to her because she was giving her, you know, she was that
attitude. Yeah.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, at this point, it makes sense because like everything that's been going on for the past 2 days, like, you know, in the context of the anime, it's been intense to say the least.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, not as intense like other shows, but right, I guess in this moment for her, I guess.
I think it's pretty intense. Bro.
I think even in context of the other shows, this is intense. I mean, like, I think it hits harder because this one's all grounded in reality.
No, I meant about her. I'm not talking about the whole situation. Yeah, he was just pretty much being nice.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he did save her.
Yeah.
He did say
he could have just let him go in the.
And he was about to. He was about to just leave.
That's true.
That's survival mode.
Yeah.
But obviously, one of his fans was there, and he was like, he had nowhere else to go at this point.
Yeah.
So he was like, you know what? I'll stick around with you guys.
Yeah. So he dropped his gear and he dropped his propeller and everything, and he's like, yeah, I'll just go with you guys. And then when they hit the convenience store actually had things and everything, but this little nice looking like talking doggy comes and says, "Don't move. We will literally kill you, or we will literally kill you." I'm gonna say and.
I guess they were stealing his stuff from his convenience.
Yeah, apparently this was the convenience store owner, and like he was like protecting everything. Again, everybody's in survival mode.
Yeah.
So things are just like.
Especially this man, since he literally has a bow and arrow.
Yeah. So he was just like chucking arrows and everything, like just shooting arrows all over the place and everything, and then one of them,
our YouTuber,
a kite.
He like realizes like when he started shooting the arrows, he's like, oh, he's shooting.
Oh, he's by the catwalk.
Yeah. So he knows there's a specific spot he can't aim for.
Yeah.
So he told everyone to split.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from the main halls.
Yep.
Yeah. And then that's when our boy Go gets shot.
Yeah.
He got shot with the arrow, but thankfully, like it was on the pack itself.
His fanny pack.
Because before that, they were in a change to cleaner clothes, but then that robot appeared, but he swapped his pack because he had the fanny pack like on his belt side, his waist, and then he swapped it to his chest.
Yeah, so dumb luck on his part, but that's where the episode ends. So my hunch is that he's gonna be okay. Hopefully, but given how completely just how raw this anime is in regards to like how they die, it's something else.
No one's safe, man.
No one is safe. No.
As you can tell, we're keeping
this one. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this one. I want to know what's gonna happen next, so we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, and then the next episode of last anime we're gonna be talking about is episode 11 of
The Great Pretender.
So we're finally in the next arc, the London
artist arc.
Yeah, the London artist arc. I'll put the title card right here with what the actual thing is called. But yeah, so it actually, even though it's titled London, it actually starts off in France, and apparently, like this new job is linked to Makoto being a sushi chef and everything like that. Like, okay, so it's not all that important because this is just basically like the basics of kind of like what is going to start.
Yeah.
What actually kicks off is actually with this look at first was a food inspector, but it was actually like an appraiser.
Yeah.
Appraiser. And he didn't like the sushi at all.
He didn't think it was authentic.
He thought this was just horrible.
He thought this was like
trash.
Gasoline sushi.
Yeah. So that broke the boss of the restaurant's heart, and he's like, okay, I'm going back to China. You can go back to Korea. and yeah, so that was just kind of like, came out of left field for Makoto, because Makoto was just thinking like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna actually apologize to the owner, and we're gonna I can actually see if I could just continue this honest living. Yeah. But then that happened, so he's gonna close the restaurant, and then the boarding house he was staying in with this French family, the daughter and her dad, they're also closing down too because they have a whole bunch of debt.
Yeah.
So Makoto just wanted to be nice, so he found out, hey, what if this painting right here that like apparently is painted by like Sergio Montoya or whatever.
Yeah, very important figure.
They bring it up in the beginning of the episode, but then in the middle he's like, hey, I can buy it off you. And then maybe that should be able to help, cover the costs for your guys' debt.
Yeah, pay off the debt, which is around 20,000.
Yeah.
Euros.
So the whole plan is in regards to the appraiser, because he sees him again at a cafe, and that's when that thought hit him. It's like, hey, this guy's kind of shitty. Let's try to hustle him.
And I guess this whole idea was just Makoto in general. This was not Lawrence
Lauren
thing.
is not involved in this
He didn't
at all.
want Lawrence involved.
Yeah.
In
No,
this.
because she wanted to show off that he got the big boy pants when it comes to.
He wanted to be the leader.
Yeah, when
in
it comes
general.
to making up plans and stuff. And at first, everybody was like kind of on board with it. Abby actually showed up later in the episode. And she grew out her hair a little bit,
Which looks great.
I know, yeah, because she got a whole lot of development from the last arc. And Cynthia was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll join in. I'll join in on your little scheme.
This could be fun.
Her craziness like lowered down a bit on this one.
Oh, Abby?
Yeah, with
She
that.
wasn't crazy at all.
No, yeah,
What do you-
No, well, in the beginning part, and then little by little.
the thing is that she mellowed out a lot throughout this episode.
I guess because you know how the last arc ended, you know, it kind of
It got her the peace.
it gave her
Yeah.
the peace, so she has nothing to be angry or like be crazy about.
Yeah, a lot of her aggression and everything has been kind of fizzled out because of.
She
because of
still
what
gets a little bit mad, but you know it's not.
She's still sooner.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
But we followed to Makoto's plan, and
And they're successful. They get the so he hustles that painting for 25,000.
Yep.
So which was able to help pay off that $20,000 debt that that family needed, and then 5,000 for everybody else.
But something was off.
Yes, and it all started when Cynthia decided, hey, we should pull out. We shouldn't do this.
This guy's the real deal.
This guy is the real deal, and. Yeah, the guy accepted the 25,000, so it looked like everything was pretty peachy.
Yeah, the plan was perfect.
Yeah.
It all went to plan.
But they turn on the TV and then they realize, well, actually more so Makoto realizes that that piece was actually worth 20 million euro, not 25,000 euro.
So the appraiser obviously, he asked again, he's like, "This is the price?" And they were like, "Yeah," and he got a good deal.
He got a super duper good deal.
Yep.
And because of that, Makoto was kind of played the fool there.
Yep. And even Lawrence tells him, "It's like, you idiot."
You should have watched your ground there. You should have done more research on this.
Yeah, you should have done your research on this painting. Because, you know, obviously Makoto, he saw this painting in the, you know, not a very well-placed area. And, you know, the little family they had it. You know, it's just a boring painting.
Yeah, it was. And then that completely you dunce.
Diamond in the rough.
Yeah. And so that was episode 11 right there. We got our main man, and so we continue off to episode 12, where that's where the actual London that London bit takes over now.
And Lawrence in charge of this plan.
Yeah, Lauren is completely in charge of this plan because he said, okay, you know what? We're going to pull a heist. We're going to get that painting back. And first off, they needed to actually focus on a different character in this scheme.
Yes.
Whose name is Farah Brown.
Farah.
Which at first, you know, felt completely unrelated. Makoto and the monkey man.
Wait, wasn't the other episode as well about the girl?
No,
in
this
the
is
painting?
this
Oh,
episode.
this episode.
This
Oh.
episode.
Farah? Yeah.
No,
He's
not
talking
Farah.
about
Talking about
Thomas.
the artist.
Oh,
and
Kamoshida?
And
Thomas and Cynthia.
Yeah, it starts off this episode.
Yeah.
Because before the opening took place, that's when they showed him off.
all right.
Yeah.
So basically throughout the episode, like David said, throughout the episode, we get sprinkles of Cynthia's background. Because, again, with the last arc, we had Abby, and so this one... Actually, I noticed a pattern here. So the first arc was actually Makoto's whole backstory.
Yep.
Second arc was Abby.
No,
This one's now Cynthia. And I have a feeling that fourth one is going to be Lauren.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Damn.
I know, that's my guess. That's my guess.
That's very good. You're very good. I didn't think of that. You're putting all the pieces together.
I wonder what his secret is or what his.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I think that's why they say best for last.
It's like I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. But anyway.
Anyways.
So like all throughout the episode, it was kind of clever with how they did it. They didn't say 10 years before or anything. They don't have like time gaps. You just kind of know.
Yeah.
That, okay, we're in the past right now. So they show off Cynthia's backstory. Cynthia was apparently like, you know, into dancing and everything, and
she just wanted to be an actress.
yeah, well, she wanted to be an actress, and And Thomas here was a painter,
Up and coming.
up and coming painter, yeah. And they meet,
But he did
Forgeries.
Not for. Yeah.
You guys are going ahead, man. What are you guys doing?
No, he was showing his art to her.
Yeah, but he also said that he does replicas.
Yeah, during that same thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
When they first meet.
Okay, when you brought up that word, it was like, damn. I was like,
Oh,
a big
my bad.
reveal.
But it's the same concept.
Yeah.
Replica, forgery.
But I thought he said that like he produces replicas to sell out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. Well, we're getting to it here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we doing here? Anyway, so you know what? Okay, so for the
Well,
convenience
because they didn't explain it there. They explained it later on, but they did.
We're jumping around because this is what the episode does. The episode itself jumps around, so that's what we're doing. But I'm gonna say we're not gonna do that. We're gonna split this into two. We're gonna talk about what happens in the present time, and then we're gonna talk about what happened in the past.
Establish your ground. I like
so that
it.
way,
Let's
yeah,
do this.
that way it doesn't feel like, oh, why are we talking about Cynthia with the artist instead of what happening here?
Okay, let's.
That's why.
Back. Let's rewind time. Rewind
Just
rewind time.
Just go.
Anyway.
Go.
So we get introduced to the new character in this scheme, Farah, who at first didn't seem completely related to what's going on at all. We see Makoto and the monkey man. It looks like a monkey.
All right.
They don't know who
His
the hell is a
cohort,
monkey.
his cohort, his original cohort, involved in the scheme where they're basically working as gardeners, and they say, "Hey, we found these honey roaches or whatever, and they're eating through your tree." But they'll eventually get into your house.
Obviously
So we kind of need to look around what's going
different
on.
bugs, no? Like cockroaches.
I feel like they made up
We
a bug.
don't gotta explain what these are because
Yeah,
they just
they're
made it up.
Yeah, they're just
Anyway, so
throwing areas.
they make up an
That's what's
excuse.
funny though.
Yeah, they just made up a bug.
Yeah, they made up a bug basically, and so they go into the house and they inspect everything, and then they find out that like, okay, your house is clean. Is there anything else we need to check out? And then that's when she mentions, hey, there's this secret room, and so she has a thumbprint room and everything, and then turns out it's a whole room full of art.
Because of the portraits themselves have wood, or what was it?
Well, the canvases.
The canvases had something.
They're wood, and they mentioned like cloth that gets eaten, so
Yeah.
obviously that's in the canvas.
So
Yeah,
that's-
they specifically chose buzzwords, as you can call it, that fits with the fact that art is going to be involved. So that's why, yeah.
Always fell for the trap.
Yeah, she fell for the trap. They planted a bug right underneath the bed, and they heard what was going on between the appraiser and Farah, and the relationship going on between them.
Yep. So we basically
We found out that these two are connected now.
Yeah, they're in cahoots.
They're in cahoots.
And this is James's sugar mama.
Yeah.
We get to the
auctions.
Yeah, we get to the auction. Abby still plays the same character she did in the last episode, but here she's like, hey, I saw you, and I completely love your work and everything.
Yeah.
Can you please hire me?
Make me your apprentice.
Make me your apprentice. And he wasn't having any of that. He's like, oh, you're stalking me.
Like, get out of my way.
Get out of my way. And then she comes up with a different idea where it's like Lawrence stalking her, and then she said like, hey, the stalker's coming behind me, can you be able to help out with that?
Yeah.
Well, I'll handle security and stuff. It's like, you can go ahead and sit down with us and watch. It's like, okay, I get to love your work. Don't get too ahead there, missy.
Yeah, so they do the whole auction, normal auction biddings here and there, statues, paintings.
Yeah, the works. But the real kicker, and we find out later in the episode, is that Farah really wants that one painting. That one painting, she really, really wants it.
Oh, no, not far. The James wants it really badly. The painting he bought himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
they had to basically set it up where
yeah.
It's the same thing where they're setting it up, but one of the two basically really wanted the painting, and then they said, okay, you know what,
Lawrence was just throwing that money.
Yeah. so then we get to the next auction, and then that's when that painting comes, the snow painting, and then Lauren was just basically putting up. It started at 10 mil, and it goes to 20 mil, and that's when it was about to end. But then they just kept. Then Lauren comes, and they kept raising the bar, up to 30 million.
Yep.
And Farah wanted to go higher, but the butler said, no, don't do it. Like, it's all your money.
Yeah, that's everything.
And 30 million sold. Lauren buys it, and James did not want.
The funny thing is that the money, he was not gonna pay for it. He was gonna the main protagonist was gonna pay for it.
So yeah, he was. So throughout the episode, Makoto was actually learning how to paint. Yeah. He was using his painting skills, because it turns out that they were gonna be using Makoto to like counterfeit the snow painting and then sell it back to Farah, so that way they could make the 30 mil back and then not have to worry about it.
They thought like, oh, Makoto got this painting now, or a replica. Let's see how's it going.
Looks like crap. I mean, not his fault. He's not a painter.
Yeah.
But apparently they're trying to teach him everything. So it goes from being a scientist to being a handyman to being a painter, a sushi chef too. By the end of the series, Makoto's gonna learn everything, all the tricks in the trade. But yeah, and then Abby like uses that opportunity and gets hired, and that's the end of that part.
Mm-hmm.
But now we go back to Cynthia's backstory, and then Cynthia's backstory pretty much starts off where she meets Thomas. Thomas wants a model to basically make paintings out of, and they do just that after because they show that Cynthia she takes dance courses, she works at a coffee shop, and then after work when she's free, she then goes to Thomas's house to volunteer as a model. And then throughout everything that's been going on with that in that backstory, they get together, they get closer, they build a relationship, and it's really adorable, it's really sweet.
So we find, I guess, like towards the end of the episode, we find like something bad happens, I guess.
Okay, because he was finally trying to sell his paintings.
Yeah.
And no one was budging.
No
one was looking at his.
They were literally selling it in like a market.
Yeah, like an artist gallery.
An artist alley.
Artist gallery.
Yeah, artist gallery. Outdoors, and that's when James comes in. Yep, says like, it's like, oh, I noticed you have all these beautiful paintings and everything. You mind if I take a look? And then he notices
that he's the famous guy.
He's the famous man, but or he's like, oh, you're the famous appraiser. Oh my gosh! But that's when the appraiser man notices, like, wait a minute, you're it's really interesting. You're pretty good at forging, huh?
Yeah.
And that's where the episode ends.
Yep. Oh no, I think good start to the arc.
Good. I know. I'm honestly, I feel like more invested in this arc overall than I did the last one. Well, last one was pretty good too towards the end.
It was good.
This had a better start than the last arc, I'll say.
Yeah,
that.
the start. I feel like this one was stronger. The last arc was strong too, but I was more so towards the end.
Yeah.
Where things kind of like, picked up and just kind of like.
I guess because it was
more repetitive on that arc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we dealt with more characters on that one instead of the main cast. You get me? Because on the other one
Lauren was barely involved in the last arc. Yeah.
Now we're getting an actual group kind of thing compared to Sam and what was his name? Clark. Yeah.
This one is just more focused on
the group,
the group, and then James, and then Farah. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm really excited to see like what's gonna happen next episode.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait to see more.
Anime news.
All right, anime news. So, Crunchyroll and Adult Swim, and I guess by extension Toonami, is making an original animation project called Fena, Pirate Princess.
Which looks freaking cool.
It looks really cool. It's like a darker like One Piece, but not really. It's actually more.
It feels like a British kind of show.
It feels more like Pirates of the Caribbean, actually, but just more like just way more like bloody and violent, which is really cool. More bloody and violent
Japanese culture.
Yeah. It, like, based on the trailer that we see, I guess we see the main character. I assume her name is Fena.
It's a good guess.
Yeah.
I say that too.
And she's like, getting ready for a wedding and everything, but then she decides to elope. She doesn't want any of that, so she finds her true calling. She cuts her hair, and she becomes in charge of a pirate crew, and then they
happen to be ninjas, samurai.
Yeah, like most of the pirates in her crew, like based off of what we see in the images and stuff, are all Japanese themed. So basically, take Roro no Azoro from One Piece, and just spread it out.
Make that your whole crew.
Except ninjas. And I'm excited to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a more dark tone. I think. What studio was working on this, David?
Project IG.
Production IG. So
yeah, I trust them.
Yeah.
Plus, it's coming out next year, so we have a long way to go to see this anime.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks cool, samurai ninjas, pirates. What more do you want?
Yeah. I'm excited.
A crossover with One Piece, maybe? No,
maybe not that far. No, this the tone wise, this is very different from what it is.
She wants to be king of the pirates.
No, but she's a pirate princess though.
Queen of the pirates, whatever.
Yeah. All right, and then with that, we got our game news. Only one piece that kind of really that really caught our attention. Guilty Gear. 2 new characters.
Yes.
Had a trailer drop. One that is returning. His name is, of course, Leo.
Leo Whitefang, and he's sporting a more Terry Bogard from Garo Mark of the Wolves look with that jacket and haircut. Yeah, he looks freaking cool.
Yeah, he looks amazing. I'm honestly surprised that they brought him over.
Me too. From all the characters they could have brought up, they brought him. Yeah. He's cool. He's a cool character. I didn't play him myself, but the way he plays, it's very cool to look.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played him?
Yeah, I played a bit of him. His playstyle is really cool. Like he feels like faster than most big characters.
Mm-hmm.
So and he hits like a tank. So that's really cool.
Plus, his whole counter mechanism.
Yeah,
it's very cool to look.
So if you want a heavy character and you don't like how Potemkin works, then
why wouldn't you?
I'm just saying. I know you play him, but I'm just saying. Then Leo's your guy. But with our second character, we have another big man. But
a brand new character to the series.
And I based off of what I've seen on the internet and what my friends have said, he's just completely hype. It's Nagori Yuki.
Yes, super hype.
A samurai man who is just all about that sword play. He looks really fun. He has a little bunch of aerials and stuff.
He's quick.
His range is really good. He's big. But he's quick.
Yeah, dude, he looks so cool. I couldn't stop watching this man.
His design's also really cool too. He's an Afro-American samurai.
He's all white out, and then his mask is super cool.
Yeah,
dude, he's. I want my hands on him.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, we're excited to see when they're gonna release another beta and when they're gonna actually have him playable and stuff. He looks really cool.
My question is, do you think there'll be another new character, or he's just that one new character?
I think there might be a couple new characters. I mean, we'll just have to wait until October because that's when they're gonna be dropping more characters.
Because this is the character they tease since Evo, I think.
Yeah. A lot of people said that we're gonna be getting an African type character, but the fact that we'd be getting a samurai character too, that's cool.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima and then watching this guy.
Yeah, doing his work on that samurai high. Oh right now.
Man, so much samurai with me right now. Yeah. What about you, Dave? What you think of the new character?
He was okay.
Oh, just okay.
Come on, man.
Not a heavy character.
I love me. It's my heavies.
Yeah, heavy characters are fun to play.
Hell yeah, dude. It's my style. Plus, he has the quickness. Ooh. Oh, I'm just so excited.
It's frothing in the mouth. Yeah, so all around that, this is a good showcase of these two Guilty Gear characters. So we're excited to see.
We get our next character in October.
Yep.
And I can't wait. And the big thing also, it's coming to PS5.
Yeah. So originally it was supposed to be PS4 and PC, but then they immediately just had a little break in between. PS5 came in.
Yep. So
that's pretty cool.
That's cool to see. So anyone's planning to buy PS5, this is the fighting game to get.
Yep. All right, and so with that concludes episode 17 of the Anime Squad podcast. My name is Robbie,
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
and don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you like our stuff. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Laters.
Bye.